Lester, welcome. It's great to see you.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Tell me a little bit about, from Indiana's perspective, we're sitting here watching this and we're watching our man, Mike Pence. How do you see this?
Well, I see this as this was the story that people rolled their eyes at months and months and months ago, that it's a novelty act. It'll burn out, that he won't be able to sustain enough voters. And here we are at the Republican National Convention, and we're going to watch Donald Trump nominated as a Republican candidate for president. It has been a remarkable journey.
What do you think, you're watching this, you think Mike Pence has a significant role in this, trying to unify the party behind Trump?
I think that's going to be a big part of the governor's task here, is to add a certain level of gravitas, a certain level of a steady hand, an experienced hand, with deep political knowledge. I think that is his role, to balance the more flamboyant Donald Trump that we've known, even long before he entered the world of politics.
Now, tell me a little bit about NBC's coverage. How daunting is this when you cover something like this?
Well, this is the first convention that I've anchored, so that in itself is daunting. We have obviously the nightly news we're producing here, then we're doing an hour in prime time. Now, nightly news can be a challenge. Tonight, when we're going on the air, is the roll call vote. So we'll go through that. That'll be kind of a dynamic live element that'll be part of the broadcast. But then, of course, we have other stations and other time zones that will have to be fed. So we would then start the broadcast over again at 7 o'clock local time here, and we'll keep doing that across the board, because this story will change, between the beginning of our East Coast feed and our last feed to the West Coast.
What's been the biggest surprise covering this so far?
I think one of the biggest surprises was last evening. I sat here with my colleagues, Chuck Todd and Savannah Guthrie and Tom Brokaw, and we all said, what's the headline going to be tomorrow when we wake up? And I think the agreement was it was going to be Melania Trump comes out, impresses the crowd, a lovely speech. Well, by the time we got back to our hotel, our phones were lighting up with the story that we all know now about the similarities between what she said and what First Lady Michelle Obama said in '08. Things move very quickly.
Indianapolis, you've been to Indianapolis.
I have. I had a chance to go there and visit the station and visit the town. It was a place that I was unfamiliar with. One of the great things about this job now is I'm getting even farther out on the road to visit places like Indianapolis, and I had a great time there. It was one of the first stations I visited when I got this job. We wanted to get out and visit communities and stations and kind of introduce myself in this new and different way. So that was one of the very first we visited.
Now, of course, after this stop, you've got to stop going. You're going to cover the Democrats.
Yeah, I'm pretty much living out of a suitcase for about a 5-week period. We were in France on Friday for the attack, and then quick stop in New York, then here, off to the Democrats in Philly next week, and then almost 3 weeks in Rio for the Olympics. So this is a busy period. It doesn't stop then, of course. Then we've got 3 presidential debates and a vice presidential debate, and then, oh, by the way, that little election in November. So this is a very busy year.
Thank you very much for your time. It's great to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Continued success.
Thanks for stopping by.